Hey, my friend, I cannot wait to show you what I did with the Dollar Tree stacked pumpkins. So you probably have seen these at your local Dollar Tree Plus store. They are the stackable pumpkins in a set of 3. They are super easy to assemble. They come apart like that, and then decorate however your heart desires. I decided to go with the Mackenzie Child's theme. It's like an inspired theme, but I went ahead and put the blue painter's tape all over the stem so that it didn't get paint on it. And I'm just going to say that it has been a very hot summer here in North Texas, and we have not seen rain for months. And the one day that I decided to do a paint project, it rained. You guys, it rained today. So this was really a poor decision, but I had to follow through with it because spray paint was really all I had. I would highly recommend that you paint these by hand using a chalk type paint to cover the orange if you decide to do this project. So I went ahead and sprayed it. It did take a super long time to dry, but I did need to get all of that orange covered on the bottom piece and the top pumpkin. Then on the middle pumpkin, I took that same blue painter's tape and I covered the spines. So I covered 2 spines next to each other in a row, and then I left one spine, every third spine, orange. This is going to create a fun little pattern here. I'm just going to show you how I'm covering 2 spines. It was really, really easy, y'all. And I did it all the way around the entire pumpkin. And it's okay if it messes up. I'm just kind of showing you how it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to add a little bit of stripes in between the spines. So it is a-okay if it doesn't line up perfectly, which that's my kind of project. So I'm showing you 2 are covered here, and then I'm showing you on the next one, I skipped a spine and I went on over to that third spine. I guess there are segments or sections of the pumpkin, if you don't want to say spines. I don't really know, but that's how it should look. And then I used the pale pink, so that's my palest pink. I had this left over from my Barbie pumpkins project. If you missed that project, it is a no-carve pumpkin decorating DIY that I will link here in the description for you guys if you want to see that one as well. Now, this was just, again, paint I had left over, but it is Rust-Oleum, and it is the really light pink. I love it. And then for the second layer, totally funny story, I was like, how am I going to get that on there? How am I going to get that other color on there? So I used a little bit of press and seal. So that is press and seal that you see covering the other segment, so that I can get that second pink color on there. And then I just reused it. I'm kind of showing you, I just rolled it in and then I put it on here. I needed something really lightweight that wasn't going to take the paint off, but also allow me to save it from getting spray paint on it. So it worked perfectly. So I removed all of the blue painter's tape and I decided to use this pretty gold. It's a 24 karat gold by Pixie, Paint Pixie, and I absolutely am in love with this gold color. If you have not already subscribed to my channel and you like DIY videos like this, I would love it if you subscribed and hit that little notification bell, just so that YouTube can tell you every time one of these videos comes out. It really, really, really helps me. Now, this is how stunning the gold looks. And do you see why it didn't matter if we missed some with the paint and the tape? It did not have to be perfect. And that's, again, my kind of project. I love it when there's a lot of what we like to call forgiveness. So here it is close up. Again, I am just filling in the little sections there with the gold paint. Now on the 2 that I spray painted white, I'm just removing that tape off the top and using a spouncer. I'm showing you it's a 3/4 inch spouncer, and this is my Paint Pixie black. I call it black, but it's called licorice. And I'm taking the spouncer and I'm gonna make polka dots. You guys, lately I'm obsessed with polka dots, and it's kind of a Mackenzie Child's thing as well. But I just want you to be able to see the pattern. It is so easy. You do not have to be concerned about messing up, because it is literally 2 in one segment and then 3 spaced out in the segment next to it. And then you just repeat this pattern all the way around the entire pumpkin. Now, to use a spouncer correctly, you will lightly tap it into your paint and then hold it down onto your surface and do a light twist. And it is super satisfying. I'm going to show you up close here. So 2 in that section and then 3 on down the next section. Now, I didn't get a chance to, well, I'll tell you, it's a funny story. Actually, my phone ran out of juice because I have too many images on here and too many videos on here. So it stopped recording before I could show you, but I do end up adding some smaller dots in between all of these larger dots with that 24 karat gold. So you will see it on the final pumpkin. But I just went over these again just to make sure that the black was covering it well. Now, this is a fun hack. I'm just putting my painter's tape onto my surface and I am cutting it with the rotary tool about 2 inches each. And now we're going to take that largest bottom pumpkin section and put these on every other segment of the pumpkin. These are my markers. They're kind of my placeholders. Then I'm taking just a simple marker. You can use a Sharpie. This is just really the only marker I had on hand. It was a dry erase marker. But you're going to go around and use those pieces of tape as a guide. And then you're going to repeat the process all the way down the entire pumpkin. Now, learn from my mistakes. Again, it was a rainy day, so my spray paint did not dry thoroughly, and therefore this painter's tape on the places that I pushed it down too hard came up and took some of the paint with it. But I'll show you how that turned out and how I fixed it. But again, every other segment, and I'm just repeating the exact same process. Again, just using, and I see I messed up there, but I'm telling you, this is the most forgiving project. And again, I'll show you, and look, some of the paint came off right there when I was using the pen. But it is so easy to fix any of the mistakes. And actually, I went around the whole thing with this like scalloped look thinking, I'm just doing so well. But that is really not the Mackenzie Childs look. The checks on this are supposed to be straight across. But again, do I have to say it again? It's very forgiving, and I'll show you how to fix that. All right, so we're just going to make black lines down all of the spines, and then we're going to take a black paint pen and get the outline started. Now you'll see a lot of that orange mess up at the top ring. Don't worry about that. That's where the pumpkins are going to connect. Again, you can mess anything up on this and it's going to be absolutely fine. So I used that black paint pen to kind of give me a good start and to kind of straighten out some of these curvy lines that I had made. And then I'm going back, again, a little space at a time. I'm filling out that little orange section there where the paint came up with black marker. And then I went back with a section at a time and I painted it in with the black licorice paint, okay? And that is a chalk-based paint, so it did adhere really, really well, but it did take the 2 layers. So you see kind of how it's see-through right there? I came back and I did a second layer of the black paint on every single one of these checks. So obviously you are going to just fill in every other one all the way around the entire pumpkin until you have the completed design. And again, like I said, I ended up doing 2 coats. You see how it covers up so beautifully. It's so great. It's so nice. And I like I said, I straightened out all of the curved checks that I did here. You'll see me fix this one here, just kind of covering up that orange spot again. And where that curve is, I'm just straightening it up, just giving it a straighter line. Then I dried it between layers with my heat tool, and I went back and filled in with the paint pen again on any edges that I felt like needed to be straightened out. And then this is where we're going to fix the little part where my paint came up with the tape. It's pretty bad, isn't it? I told you. So you want to be super careful and make sure that your project is completely dry. But I just did a couple coats of this white chalk type paint and it covered it up perfectly. Absolutely great. And it also is great for anywhere you felt like you got out of the lines. Now I'm adding this 24 karat gold again, just to kind of give it that Mackenzie Child signature look. Now this is not the courtly check, which typically will have the multiple colors, and it will also have this gold as well. I just wanted to put these, this little bit of gold into here to pop. And this is how it all came together. Oh my gosh, my friend, I put a bow on this and it just dressed it up completely. You can see the gold there in the checks. There's our striped pumpkin, and there's our polka dot pumpkin with the gold polka dots. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you love the way this turned out. I'm in love with it. I think the bow really tops it off. If you want to know how to make a bow like this, I will link my best bow videos in the description below. But this is definitely Mackenzie Childs inspired. It's not the exact Mackenzie Childs patterns, but I absolutely love what can be done with these $5 stacking pumpkins from the Dollar Tree Plus. I hope you'll go out and grab some of these and make one for yourself today. Until next time, my friend, stay inspired.